Good evening and welcome to Naija Football Addicts. My name is Moxit. If this is your first time of seeing this channel, please subscribe, like, and share. And I'm honored and privileged today to be with Babangida.
Yes.
How are you doing, man?
This is the first time you're having a very wonderful fan of football and a honorable.
Asla,
Yes.
wonderful.
Why you talk like this? Now honorable, now you get here.
Yeah, I will not take the honorable thing away. But Arsenal no be one kind big club. I go dey happy say they are fast day here.
So whether you like it or not, as far as this year is concerned, forget the lose yesterday. Now just by chance, you know, say they hit us by injury now. So top 4 they guarantee for us.
Are you sure?
Only if it's a stubborn Tottenham, they get ready, they try.
And they tell you the way they form. What they form now?
Not even form. They form Dongazi, but notwithstanding, at the end of the day, Arsenal will definitely take the lead.
All right, man. Let's talk about, because the most important thing now as the season is rounding up is the top 4. We know that the race is between Man City and Liverpool.
Yeah, of course.
So let's talk about the top 4. And if you want to talk about the top 4, I think we'll talk about Manchester United, Arsenal, and then Tottenham.
No, I think point of correction. If we want to talk about the top 4, we're talking about Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City.
I want to put there. The top 2 is done.
Top 4. Forget
Okay.
top 2.
So maybe not they put Man U for the
no,
contention.
I'm going to put Man U inside this guy. Man U season. In
One
fact,
guy.
they even look lucky at this in a relegation that they go back to. You know how many coaches they don't change this season?
This one na see
Despite
finish.
that, they still go back.
Na see finish.
But they try because Europa, no be we be the first person, no be only Arsenal dey play Europe. Make dem go taste am. And I wish them luck.
The way you bad, so if like na even conference league we go play.
Even that conference league, those boys they don't get joy.
Yeah, man. Okay, man. I know you are a wonderful fan of you. You will love Arsenal very well. You supported Arsenal for a very, very long time. Let's talk about Arsenal now, man. Like, if you ask me 3 weeks ago that who will finish in top 4, I'll absolutely say it's Arsenal. But in the last 2 weeks, man, it has been bad.
I think it's one of those things. You see,
Yeah.
At a point in time, things might a bit definitely flow for you.
Yeah.
You see, I wouldn't want to take fatigue and injury away from football.
Yeah.
And as far as Arsenal is concerned, they are being hit by these 2 major factors.
Yeah.
That will
Especially
delay
that
mentality,
fatigue
you
stuff.
understand? Delay your mentality, and they are putting on their best. You understand? If not, take for example, Partey.
Yeah.
Is on injury. Tierney is on injury, and this our Japan guy Tomiyasu is on injury, and those are first 11
team players.
You understand? They are first team players in as far as Arsenal is concerned, and with their Arsenal have been consistent for quite a lot of time now.
Yeah, and
for the fact that this injury came at a very wrong time, that is how I put it, a very wrong time. I think Arteta will have to buckle up his belt and find another method or strategy to pull Arsenal back to
the winning way. Like, because these 2 losses it's really
hampered. It's a major hit. I never expected it.
Considered 5 goals in 2 matches, and
that is a bad record.
Look at your fixtures now. You have Southampton, you have Chelsea, you have Manchester United, West Ham, Leeds United, Tottenham, Newcastle, and Everton. I mean, these are kind of hard games. When you even look at it, your next, after Southampton, your next 3 games are kind of difficult. Chelsea, Manchester United, West Ham.
Like I've told you earlier on, me and they count Manchester United as threats. The first game, our first leg.
You have to.
The reason our first leg, we lose guard.
Now why would I lose that?
Okay. That is the reason why we lost that game.
Yeah.
We would have won the game. Sincerely, if you recall.
Yeah, you guys played very well in that game, though.
But though, taking cognizance of the setback Arsenal is having now, I think it's might still reoccur. So Arsenal have cause for concern. You understand? We have cause for concern because with this vital set of players
Yeah.
That ain't there. Tierney is out of the season.
Yeah.
You understand? Partey will have to sit back for 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. And coming back, he might not be coming back as a fresh person, but somebody who has been out of the game for 2-3 weeks. Then we're talking about Tomiyasu. For over 2 months now, he has not been in the pitch. So, with those, Cedric Soares has been putting on his best to cover up and is doing absolutely well. But you look at Tavares, who is replacing Tierney. I think he has not been up to that standard.
Definitely.
And this calls for concern for Arsenal. It then means that coming season, we need to buy a formidable player that can replace Tierney in a case like this, because you cannot really put hope on Tavares in this dire need of remaining matches or fixture. Of course, my major concern is Chelsea. You understand? Chelsea are still having a very wonderful first 11. Of course, things ain't good for them within this, but they picked up yesterday and they won 6-0. That is a big victory for them. And last 2 games, I had preferred we win 1 and draw 1. It would have still been a fair, point. But in this case, it's gone. We're looking forward to the next game, which is Southampton. And Southampton are also hard not to crack.
Definitely.
You understand? But be that it may, I'm predicting a win for Arsenal. And Tottenham and West Ham. I think these are our final. Everton is going to be a walkover at a point, because I know what they did to us in their home, and Arsenal will definitely want to bounce back and retaliate. So we have a difficult game ahead of us, and I believe that Arteta definitely is putting on his best to make sure that Arsenal are in shape before the next future. And I believe if we pick up a point, or if we win against Southampton,
then
that mentality,
that confidence, that mentality will come back. Because definitely when you look at Tottenham future, I think it favors them, because they are playing Brighton, they are playing Brentford, they are playing Leicester. The strongest game I'm seeing there is Liverpool and Arsenal. You understand? Aside from that, I think all other games are like two of them are top 10, while the remaining one are bottom 10.
Of course, as much I will commend the Tottenham coach.
Conte
is
because that's a very big factor, man.
Conte is a very wonderful person. He's a very wonderful coach, consistent in every club he has coached. He has been consistent, and you see that morale. He knows exactly what the player needs. Because if I think he caught virtually every one of us by surprise. A few weeks ago, I'm not even thinking of Tottenham being about the contender. But before you know, they whisked.
I'm telling you. They won 4 games in a row now.
You understand? It favors them. And you sleeping down is not a good omen. Arsenal sleeping down is not a good omen. But be that it may, you cannot underrate the underdogs. The likes of Leeds United, Brighton. You cannot underrate them. Anything can happen within the short period of time. But while we are hoping that, definitely you must always pray for the downfall of your opponent. While we are hoping for the downfall of not even Chelsea, because Chelsea are almost gone.
Definitely.
While we're hoping for Manchester United to continue to go back, we're also praying that Tottenham will face the same consequences. Let them taste what we are tasting now, while we eventually. But in all, Arteta has done wonderfully well this season.
So now, when you look at it, like we have said, I mean, if you want to take 2 factors away, you know that the coach is a big factor. And when you look at the players too, you have the likes of Harry Kane, you have the likes of Son that have been, in the last 4 matches, they've been outstanding. Now, when you look at Arsenal, where do you think, what kind of depth do you think Arsenal should improve on by next season?
Well, I think the striking role, most importantly, the striking role is very important that we improve. We buy an outstanding striker with a very good track record
of scoring goals.
A very good track record. Of course, Lacazette only has that leadership quality to boost his players' morale. But I think converting goals has been his biggest problem.
Because he only scored 1 goal in this calendar year, which is just a penalty.
You understand? So that is
compare him now to the likes of the Harry Kane. The difference. That's a big difference.
Of course, bigger difference. And I think if Mikel Arteta want to, really help in that role. We should look for a very good England player.
Yeah. England striker, right?
England striker, yeah. England striker. I think I will buy that instead of going
outside
offshore
of the
to get
before you start adapting and all those.
Yeah, and of course I know we will not lavish. I think recently we were talking of Haaland.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, I'm not seeing him coming.
Yeah, he's a bigger man than the
You
club.
understand? No, not that the bigger man than the club. The club policy.
Yeah.
You understand? If you're looking at the club policy, I think his release clause is now up to 100, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it's up to 100.
Be it that it may. If we can buy the likes of Pepe
For
at
like
72
something million, I think you guys should be able
what we need is a striker and an attacker. We need a complete attacker. Bukayo Saka, I think the workload is just too much for him because all eyes on him. Everybody is just looking up to him, and he's a very young chap.
Yeah.
You understand? Martinelli is trying his best, but be it that it may, Bukayo Saka is still at the top.
Yeah.
You understand? He's consistent, and he's our marksman. Marksman in the sense when he sees the goal, I think to a very large extent he has more conversion than even the striker.
Yeah, definitely.
You understand? But when you talk about Martinelli, I think the last 7 and 11 one of our major problems. We need a complete 7 and a complete 11 then 9. Let those guys be a form of substitute. Let them be at their best. Let them compete. You understand? They will need somebody that will cover up for Tierney. You understand? We need somebody absolutely that can play that wing. You understand? Cedric, just like I earlier said, I said Cedric Soares is up to the task. We've really not missed Tomiyasu to a very large extent, but despite that, is a good cover-up compared to Tavares in the other wing. Yeah. I think at this juncture, Arsenal need to buckle up their belt, and I believe for Arsenal to go into the market to get a formidable players like the striker and all the other positions that needed addition rather, we'll have to concentrate on our top 4 and get into that top 4 before we think of other players. Because there are a lot of players in the market, maybe during the summer or during before next season, they want to go to Champions League.
Definitely.
And if you are not, I think it's part of the criteria.
Yeah.
You understand? So
if you're not in Champions League, it makes it very difficult for them to come in.
A lot of players are already, thinking of future. The likes of Messi and Ronaldo are going back to are going back to their retirement age. Yeah. And we need a lot of players want to take over from them. And the only way to do that is
playing Champions League.
You understand? So
all right, realistically now, do you think Arsenal can still make it into the top?
Yeah, realistically, I think we can.
Are you sure?
Very sure.
I don't think
we still have about 2 games outstanding or a game outstanding.
A game outstanding, which is against Chelsea.
So if we can pick that up, Chelsea are not impossible to beat. All you needed is this consistency. You needed this perseverance. That yes, you can.
Yeah,
you understand.
If Brentford can beat them, then you can too.
Not even Brentford. We've been winning Chelsea.
Yeah, then you guys have a good record.
We have a good record against Chelsea. It's only Liverpool that
All right, man. Thanks so much, the Honorable, for coming over to my channel and blessing it with your outstanding knowledge.